Hello, my name is Anton Villa Real, and I was enrolled in Faith Academy during sixth grade. I graduated from the class of 2019, and I now study in Ateneo de Manila University, majoring in communications technology. So, I was asked to talk about my faith experience and how entering faith was like. Honestly, it was a crazy experience. Coming from a homeschool background, I was not used to a regular school setting and how it worked. I was used to working at my own pace, my own time. In my mind, entering a normal school that wasn't international was a difficult enough experience, difficult enough transition. So imagine my shock when I found out that my parents were enrolling me in an international school. The main difficulty I encountered in Faith Academy is the problem that most people have when enrolling in an international school for the first time, which is the exposure to people of radically different cultures, beliefs, convictions, and backgrounds. It's just so diverse and it's so overwhelming. I have never talked to a foreigner before Faith, and it felt very weird from having to, not talk to them at all to now conversing with them on a daily basis, both teachers and friends. Um, the culture shock that I experienced was overwhelming, but at the same time exciting. Similar to how one passively learns about culture when visiting a new country abroad, learning about their ideals and traits, studying in faith is the same thing. There, I was able to develop my communication skills like never before. And the fact that I had to work with people from different countries that grew up in so many different ways than so much more different ways than I did required me to really listen to people. I was a very shy kid entering Faith Academy, and after graduating from high school, my communication skills have improved a metric ton. It's kind of surprising. And I was really shy, and during the latter years of Faith Academy, I even participated in theatric productions. I would perform in plays, and the fact that I did that, if I told myself, like 10-year-old me back then, that you were going to perform in a play, I would have never believed him because I was such a shy kid. But Faith encouraged me to get over that. Um, it is also the teachers in Faith Academy that made my experience so pivotal. The teachers are probably some of the most encouraging people you'll ever meet. They really want you to learn the material and push you so that you may grow as a person. I remember one of my literature classes. We were required to handwrite a full-length 3 to 4 page essay in under 40 minutes regarding a random topic that we couldn't have figured out beforehand. We couldn't study for it. It was just completely random. And that is one of the most stressful things I've ever done, writing an essay under pressure, handwritten. That was brutal, and it would really challenge you in terms of time management and English proficiency. And that may sound scary, but it was honestly worth it in the end, because now I'm in Ateneo, and the majority of my classes, they feel like a breeze compared to the English classes in Faith, especially those that require a lot of essays, which in college is most of the classes that you'll end up having. Faith also encourages you to go on trips abroad. For a lot of students, it is their dream to go on terms abroad or just do academic slash extracurricular things for their school on exchange. And a lot of students, especially in the Philippines, they wait until university for this opportunity. In Faith, you don't really have to. Um, it's an international school. There are lots of opportunities for you to go out with your fellow classmates on various extracurricular curricular activities. When I was in high school, I was part of this concert choir group. Essentially, we went to concerts all over the country. We went on tours, singing. Um, but we also went abroad at least once a year. I was able to visit countries like Korea and Hong Kong, and there are tons of extracurricular organizations for people who are not into choir, such as if you're into sports, there's varsity sports, they go abroad, or orchestra, or Model United Nations. There's even this thing called ACSC. Now, I won't go into depth of what ACSC is, but basically it's this, you can ask the facilitators of this event if you want to know more about it. But essentially, ACSC is this tournament that invites other international schools from around Southeast Asia to compete, or just across Asia in general to compete. Through this event, meeting people from different international schools, you'll be able to make new friends, and for the more business savvy among you, this can give you more opportunities to expand your network. I have made two friends from like Oxford University. I even have this one friend from Stanford. It's crazy because you have so much, you have so much exposure to all these people from different schools, and yeah, it really just expands your mindset. And yeah, but then you don't have to think local, if you know what I mean. Um, and there are, I also even made this one friend from ICS, International Christian School, from Hong Kong. It's funny, and I never met her in faith. I only met her during that trip in Hong Kong, and I still talk to that person today, and she's actually one of my closest friends, which is kind of crazy considering the fact that I've only seen the person in real life for like 1 week, and all of the rest has just been, communication over Messenger or Skype, and it's crazy that I'm still friends with her now. So yeah, you can make long life friends through just going abroad. Um, but out of all of the things I have said, probably the number one thing that I appreciated the most about Faith Academy, aside from the international learning environment and opportunities abroad, is the fact that the community is just really this big circle of support. The teachers and staff are always free, and they're there to support you in whatever endeavor you wish to take. They will assist you in college applications and the transition into adulthood. I remember back in the day when I was considering going to university abroad, the guidance counselors would assist me in making career choices and looking up various universities that would be suitable for me and what I should aim for, and what classes I should take in accordance to my career choice. It's just a very helpful environment in general. There's even this class for graduating seniors called Transitions during the second semester. This class essentially it assists you for that specific field for adult stuff. Essentially, it teaches you how to do job interviews, to fix a car, to make a resume, etc. It's such a helpful class, a very practical class. However, faith is not just for people who want to study abroad. As I said before, I study in Ateneo, so I ended up staying in the Philippines. Even though faith has all these opportunities for international students, people who wish to study in the Philippines also have so much to learn from faith. It is in faith that I was able to take my Christian faith seriously. Unlike most high school Bible classes, faith's Bible class it's not it's more than just scripture memorization. It has a lot of depth. Um, uh, it really treasures your spiritual walk with God, and it helps motivate you in an encouraging way with your emotional spiritual walk with Him. My work ethic also has been vastly improved. The environment is just such an encouraging environment. It encourages me to know my worth and to study hard to achieve my goals. Back in middle school, I hated math. If it wasn't for Faith and their method of teaching calculus, I don't think I would have been able to get good grades in my calculus classes now in college. And the teachers are just so encouraging in general. I remember one time I was having difficulty in this one subject in math, and I would ask the teacher all the time, "Can I stay after school to learn more about the subject?" And the teacher would always just be like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, sure, of course, of course, of course." And then I would just crash the teacher's classroom all the time after school just to study calculus because I really wanted to get the work done. I really wanted to understand it. And yeah, Faith encouraged me to have that mindset. I didn't have that mindset at all. I hated math. Screw math. Um, but if it wasn't for Faith talaga and just their method of teaching calculus, I don't think I would have been able to get good grades in Ateneo now in math-related classes. I turned from hating math to actually appreciating it now in university. Now, whenever I have a calculus assignment, I would actually rather do that other than writing an essay or something. I actually look forward to doing a math assignment because it's one of the more it's one of the things I know how to do now. Uh, Overall, Faith is just a great school. It just gives you so much opportunities, both for spiritually and for those that tend to study abroad, or even for those who choose to study local, but just both practically, spiritually, academically. Honestly, the community alone is worth it to me. Like, the community alone is just worth it. It's just such an encouraging environment of people, both teachers and friends. Some of my mentors, biggest mentors came from high school in faith. Um, and it's just such a diverse environment. Again, it's an international school. You just have all these different people from all walks of life teaching you different things from all different backgrounds. They're just all of these things to learn, all these people to learn from, and it just helps you grow as a person, an overall person in general. It helps hone your convictions, your just mindset on everything. So yeah, for the new kids, I just have this to say. Yes, there is going to be some culture shock, especially if you've never studied in an international school before, but that's okay. Like, change is not a bad thing, and not at all. And honestly, when I first entered faith, I was so scared. But looking back at it and all the things I've learned and the friends I've made along the way, who are now spread all across the globe, I do not regret it, not a single bit. Even if it's an international school and it's aimed for people who want to go abroad, even though ended up staying in the Philippines, I do not regret it one single bit because it has taught me so much about life, about work ethic, just so much. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.